What was the psychological impact of surveillance in communist states? Imagine living every day knowing someone might be watching your every move. That was the reality for many in communist states like East Germany and the Soviet Union. Surveillance was everywhere, and it changed how people thought and behaved. The secret police used tactics that went beyond just watching. They spread rumors, created false accusations, and manipulated personal relationships to make people distrust each other. This made individuals feel paranoid and helpless, as they never knew who might betray them. People lived with a constant sense of vulnerability. They knew their conversations, letters, and even thoughts could be monitored. To avoid trouble, many started to censor themselves, hiding their true opinions. This self-censorship led to what is called self-surveillance, where people watched their own words and actions. It was a mental strain that made many feel disconnected from themselves. Some developed a mental state called doublethink, where they believed official stories but also doubted them secretly. This created a mental tug-of-war that drained their emotional strength. On a broader level, fear of being watched made communities less trusting. People hesitated to share ideas or form close bonds, fearing they might be reported. This eroded social trust and made society more isolated. It also led to a sense of learned helplessness, where individuals felt powerless to change their situation. The repression of religion and community groups made social bonds even weaker, deepening feelings of disillusionment. In the Soviet Union, the use of psychiatry to silence dissent was another form of psychological control. Dissidents were labeled as mentally ill and confined in psychiatric hospitals. This was a way to destroy their mental health and silence opposition without open violence. Many suffered long-lasting trauma from these experiences. It was a brutal method of psychological suppression that left scars for years. From the perspective of communist ideology, surveillance was seen as necessary to protect the collective. The idea was that personal privacy was less important than social stability and unity. Many believed that sacrificing individual freedoms was a small price to pay for building a classless society. Those working in the surveillance system often believed they were doing their duty for the greater good. However, these practices created a heavy psychological toll. The fear, mistrust, and trauma left a legacy that still influences how people view authority and privacy today. The psychological impact of surveillance in communist states shows how authoritarian control can deeply affect the mind and society. Understanding this helps us think about the balance between security and personal freedom in any political system.